Shalom family. So we are starting our hair series. As you'll see in the introduction, this is going to be me breaking down what me and my household do for my hair. Unfortunately, me and my mother are the only two that actually have locks. My son, even though he's 6, I'm not going to sit there and just have him have locks. I want him to understand the whole process and the maintenance and the dedication that comes with it. And if he's ready, if he chooses when to cut his hair as he gets older, or whatever the case may be, we'll deal with that. So that will also be added, most high will. But today we're going to be going over the 2 hair oils that I've been steeping for now 4 weeks and 1 day, because they were supposed to be strained yesterday. So these 2 are my hair oils that I had made with the carrier oil being grapeseed oil, but I also have a grapeseed oil cayenne pepper blend that is also in this as well. And for the path that you see red pepper flakes at the bottom, we've been shaking it up and really just getting it all in there. So what's in here is pretty much been topped up with grapeseed oil, but it's also a avocado and grapeseed oil cayenne pepper blend. I also have myrrh and frankincense resin, because the properties for that is like amazing, also dealing with the skin and the scalp. And myrrh is generally used as an enhancer, but also for many medicinal properties as well as frankincense. So I actually took the frankincense and myrrh resin that we actually burned as an incense and actually ground it up in a mortar until it got to a powder. If you have smaller chunks, you can smash it with a hammer. Or if you have a powerful enough spice grinder, you can actually put them in there and it'll turn into a powder, because it helps it easy to be broken down. Some people have roughly just banged it with a hammer underneath a cloth or a pot holder and a Ziploc bag, and then the little pieces of chunk was enough, and then they will do this process as well. So you have different variations on how to break up your resin, because frankincense generally is gummy, so it can be a little bit when it comes to grinding it, so because it gets sticky definitely when heat is added as it's blending. I added lavender, chamomile, dried of course, because I'm putting it in the oil and I don't want it to go rancid. I topped it off with hemp seed oil, and I also added my lemongrass essential oil, tea tree, and lavender essential oil. So the difference between why I have 2 different jars, because I actually wanted to actually test it out. The difference between actually doing a double boiler one and a one that I just did strictly just let it be cold and put in a dark cool place. This will be actually a first time reaction, because I have not opened them yet since I have created them. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours after making them, I double boiled this one, and I didn't double boil this one. So I'm going to see if they actually smell the same just by that. I also will be topping them off when I strain them with vitamin E oil, solely because vitamin E oil is a fat soluble and it's a natural preservative. It also helps prevent oxidation. So since these will be going back into glass jars, if any light or air happens to get inside because we're using it, opening it up, it will still keep them as fresh as if I'm making them right now. So we're going to be doing first time reactions to this. So I'm going to do the regular one first.
How long does it last?
The question my mother had just asked is how long that they last. And they last as long as you do them, because they're oil. It doesn't really go bad unless water gets inside or someone breaks the jar. But other than that, vitamin E oil will make it last longer. So if I say this was in this proper storage, 4 to 6 months plus, you'll probably have it for a little bit longer. Being that I have not had these sit for a long period of time, I really can't answer that. But I can definitely keep that in mind and pin it in my notes and let myself know to keep on double checking how it smells, or the case may be. And I will be using these herbs again to make another batch of hair oil, but I'm going to be changing up with a couple of things that's going to be inside. So I still smell the lemongrass essential oil that I put in here. It doesn't smell earthy, but it smells really good. But it actually smelled as the day I made it. So the essential oils definitely did its job in preserving itself, and it actually smells really, really good. You can actually see the red pepper flakes in there and everything. But let's try the second jar. This is one that I actually double boiled. I didn't add the essential oils to it until after I cooked it. So it took a harder seal. It's like tomatoes. I don't really get that essential oil smell from this one, but maybe it will be a strong steeper. I mean, the colors do look the same. I should have better lighting, but it does look the same. The herbs separate the exact same. Oh, it's fine. Solely for the fact that hold on 1 second. So my mother was gracious enough to put more lighting in here, so we got 2 more lamps in here on. Didn't want to do that, but all praises for the wisdom. So I'm actually going to put this one here and then this one here. So I don't know if you guys see a difference, but this is the double boiled and this is not double boiled. Look the same to me. They separate the same, and since we don't have smell-o-vision, but they have a nice red earthy color, so you definitely see that capsium in here. And I too also did shake these up. So we're going to be straining these right now. So I'm going to strain the regular one. And just for the sake of smell and benefits, unless it's really powerful, I will be adding the essential oils. Again, just a few drops. I'm probably going to add 7 of each. I think number 7. It's like the most high. And then I'm going to top them off once I get them both into the jar. I'm not sure if both of these are going to fill this up, so we will literally see what's going to happen. Alright, so I have my washed out measuring cup. I got a strainer, and I also have a cleaned and sanitized cheesecloth to help get any fine particles. I will be dumping these, like I said, dumping these back into the this jar, because I'm going to make another hair growth oil that I actually like the recipe that I found, and I'm going to be adding that to these herbs. So I'm going to be doing another one of these hair oils that I am going to try. Okay, so herbs is coming out. Alright. So you see it's going down. It does feel really smooth and luxurious. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually going to put it in my hair myself. Okay, got my handy dandy spoon. And got a lot of herbs to crush through. So lavender does also have its properties, and chamomile is probably for the calming agent and stimulation, and also the antibacterial properties to those who have dry scalp like myself. Lavender and chamomile is also always good to have on hand in an oil, solely because since I'm having a hot agent like the cayenne pepper, the red pepper flakes, this will be a good combination that it calms it down. So that thus far being poured, I got 1/3 of a cup. You see some of the lavender buds in there. It smells really good now that I'm actually pouring it more and more in here. So let's get it. Whoop, getting too happy. My king just messaged me. So this is still going through with my help along. I'm going to pause the video to do the second one since you guys are seeing it done this way. So I'm pretty much going to do the exact same thing for the second jar. Slow and steady wins the race. And because I had used cayenne pepper, again, if you don't want to have that residue of the cayenne pepper in there, you don't have to use the cayenne pepper. You could just use strictly red pepper flakes because it avoids it seeping into the oil, and if you don't want it on you, or whatever the case may be, to avoid all that, and it also getting stuck at the bottom of your jars when it does settle, you can avoid all that just by using one of the two. So this is actually steeping out really well. And I'm going to let all of this just sit in here. Because this has been a condensed amount of herbs, not too much, but a condensed amount of herbs, I am going to let this sit for about 5 minutes and put my phone on a timer, 5 minutes, and just let it do its thing after I'm done pressing it, so you guys can see what it looks like. That's how much herbs you have in there. So I'm going to let it sit for about 5 minutes, and then make sure all the oil, as much as it can, just seep out because it's still dripping. and then I'll do the next jar, and then we'll come right back. So I decided to take my wrap off and just do it. My mom offered me some gloves, but I didn't want to waste it. So I did get some of the herbs off my hands. So I'm not having herbs in my hair. And being that I have locks, if I had my hair out like it used to be, I probably would have done it because it would be easy for me to comb it out. But locks, for those who have locks, understand getting stuff stuck like lint and stuff in your hair tend to be an issue. So whatever's remainder, and my hair definitely sopping it up. That my hands were shiny and now they're kind of dry, so my hair probably definitely needs to be oiled. So we're back. So I took the whole bag after straining it with my fingers and put it back into here. So I got the herbs just sitting on that. So I'm gonna have it sit on my paper towel, and I'm going to pour it into my reusable beet jars. And the smell to me is nice, but it does smell oily. And obviously because it's a hair oil, so for the sake of a little bit of a nice smell, I am going to add essential oils. Now if you, that's like I'm going to show them. So as you see that residue, that's the cayenne pepper I'm telling you about. You guys can see into there. You clearly can see that it's in there, so most likely this is going to be filtered back to the bottom, which is fine because I don't mind the cayenne pepper being in there. And my scalp, different because winter time tend to be more dry. But I'll just add this to my mother's muscle rub that I told she had a little storage on there. So it filled up. This is a 25.4 full ounce, and this hit about about to hit 2 cups. So I still have enough, but being that this is more than enough hair oil, I'm not going to top it up with any more oil. So I am going to add one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Do 12 tribes. No, I was going to do 7. Sorry, guys. I'm going to do 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12 tribes.
12 tribes again. 12 times 12, go at it up. Gotta listen to the rock I bar. That's my guy. And 12 of lavender. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. We're gonna get that a little swirl. Got my handy dandy. And these skewers I got from the supermarket up the street. It's like a pack of 100 for like what, $2, $3, if that. If you can find my Dollar Tree, Dollar General, because we have grills, so we use these wooden skewers to grill, and we just have some left over, and good way to mix. It also, on the pointy end, it actually helps break up some of that if you actually have it settle for a while. It does help, because the only way you can get it from being stuck is to either add hot water or a hot oil, or to have something to scrape it, and these skewers work pretty great. So I'm just going to have that like this. And the essential oil smells a lot more powerful, so I'll put that right there. And I'm going to add, make sure it's open, yes it is, a half a teaspoon of vitamin E oil. I made this at a full teaspoon because I plan on having it for a while. So 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, and that's it. So yeah, so I add the 1 teaspoon. So this is a half a teaspoon. I just did it twice. If you have one teaspoon, you know, use it, or a quarter. Just do it 4 times, etc., etc. You know how math works. And yeah. And here you have the hair oil. So I will no longer need to shake this up. I mean, only for the sake of, I will see if it settles with a lot of cayenne. I may need still to shake it up, but this is what I was telling you about. If you don't want to have to deal with that, avoid cayenne altogether and just use the red pepper flakes. For those who don't know what that is, it's pretty much the red pepper flakes that's labeled red pepper flakes, but it has yellow and orange and red tiny circles. Let me see if I can pick one up in here. They look like these guys. Look like that. They look like tiny little flat flakes. But yeah. So we're going to get this baby drained and we'll be right back. So I strained the rest of it. Took most of the herbs out. And I pretty much all my, well, at least my locks. I didn't do my scalp. So. And my hair smells like lavender and lemongrass and tea tree. I actually twisted my locks with a flaxseed gel that I made, which I'm going to do for my mother's locks. So stay tuned for that, because that's, you're going to see what I did for my own hair when I was in Virginia with my sister. So second bottle. This smells more herby. I don't really have any sense of the essential oils in there at all. So I'm definitely going to be adding it to this. So let's get to that. And this is pretty much it. So like the same way I did the video, even though it didn't upload, with the citrus cleaner, the herbs and the oil do the work. All you do is get the herbs, put them together, and get what you can. You don't have to always get a whole bunch. Start with what you have if you have any herbs. And buy minimum as possible. Try to avoid buying a whole bunch. I'm even pouring residue now, but you see all that residue that's in there? I'm just going to stop so you guys can see. That's a lot of cayenne pepper. There we go. That's left and filtered. So there's probably some still in there as well, but that's a lot. Now I can easily pour this back into the previous jars and then just keep on reusing it until it can't be used no more. But you won't be able to tell, because unless it turns a different color and it gets, all the calcium gets drawn out. So it's about the same. This one has a little bit more in there, but we're not going to be that anal. So I did 12. I'm just going to add 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Tea tree. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. Got a couple extras in there. I told you guys I have some slow droppers and some quick droppers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ooh. This is lavender. Lavender. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a lavender fan. Lavender smells good. I love it. But too much lavender, to me, it actually upsets my stomach. I can't inhale lavender like that. Like the Dr. Bronner's lavender, to me, is so lavendery, if that's even a word. It's not. It's overpowering. So when, that's my sensitivity. If you guys are okay with lavender, lavender it up. You're not limited to these essential oils. I just put these in there for the sake of their benefits and what I was trying to accomplish. So now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of the vitamin E oil for preservation.
Whole teaspoon.
So I'm going to do this twice because, again, you guys, I have a half a teaspoon. And for those who are the mathematicians and those that really know ratios, if I need to add more or less to this is, again, this is a 25.4 full ounce jar coming from a 32 ounce jar. I didn't add the vitamin E in there. I added it in here for the finished product. So if I'm shy of too much or not enough, feel free to put the comment in. And so that way I'll actually be able to add accordingly. So next time I know better, I'll make a note of it. For a 25.4 full ounce or a 32 ounce going into a 25, how much I need to add, and that'll actually make it better. So this is the hair oils. Yes, they are in these bottles. I had a lazy moment and I didn't get my goop stuff together and to actually have these soaking hot water to peel these off. But generally that process of using my bottles, I would go through the process of peeling all the labels so that they don't come off so easily, scrubbing them with my little gooey stuff I make and getting it all off, and then sterilizing it and keeping them in a bottle until I'm ready to use them. Since I'm at a don't care, I'm going to just go do this anyway. I ended up just keeping them on and I put tape over it. And so these are my hair oils. Now I can transfer these into a smaller bottle that I'm actually going to use daily. I don't have a applicator bottle as of yet. Like this now. So I will be keeping these in here in a cool dark place for now. This is a lot more powerful. This is a lot more powerful than this one. This is the non-boiled one.
Yeah, that's why.
It's in there, but it's very mild. Mom, Betty, can you come over here so you actually can see an honest reaction? Come. Thank you so much, Mother dear. She'll get the I helped little sticker I know and put on there. Because she got the baby. So this is the non-double boiled one. Look how powerful it is. You see how it hits you? Okay. Can you give a comment?
Yeah, it's strong.
This is the boiled. See how it's very faint?
It's not as, it don't smell as potent. Or
Yeah.
just strength.
But you smell it. Because
Yes,
I just put it in
smell
there. But yes, you guys, so this is pretty much it. This is pretty much it. This is the hair oil that I made from the base, the cayenne pepper blend, the infusion. So you see, I made a lot of it to make a lot of things. So I did the deep muscle rubs with those, and also hair oil with them. So grapeseed oil was the base with the avocado blend, with the cayenne pepper blend. The myrrh resin, so I use both grounded up myrrh resin and frankincense resin. Dried lavender flowers, dried chamomile, and hemp seed oil. I have a more hemp seed oil. Lemongrass essential oil. You guys can see that. I got this from Mount Rose Herbs because I didn't think I had it, and then I did have it. So since I opened this first, I just used it. But I do have a lemongrass in there. Tea tree. And lavender. And I got Jason since 1959. Vitamin E oil is 5,000 IUs and it has no parabens, sulfates, petroleum, or they're gonna have to help me with this. PHTHALATES. Phthalates, because pH is F. But yeah, so I thought this was a really good one. I liked it. And then have extra in it. So other than that, I hope you guys love this. I'll definitely keep you updated. So when I do, I'll be applying this oil to my hair regimen. I'm also going to probably add it to my homemade rose water from the roses that we dehydrated from the garden. And so it'll definitely expand and be diluted, so it's not as potent. So I probably would put a quarter cup of this or half a cup into one of my spray bottles, my amber spray bottles, and then I'll add the rest of it rose water that I make with fenugreek seeds and neem leaves. And so I got vitamin E now, I need to add it, and I pretty much shake it up and spritz my hair to my suntear. So when I do the regimen that I'm going to be recording for my mom with her hair, I'll be using this oil as well. But stay tuned for the part 2 of this hair growth oil, where I'm going to actually be adding these same ingredients. I'm going to add more oil to this once I get the rest of the ingredients. It's on the jar, so I'm putting it in my hair. Once I add those into that, and that's going to be my second batch. So since normally herbs need to be steeped for 2 to 4 months, 4 to 6, you can do it as long as you like. You have herb steeping as long as you choose to. So I can have that steeping until I'm done with these. So these would be my hair growth oil bottles. I would label it as such. I didn't put it in a marker solely because they're slippery right now. But I will be taping them and labeling them. But I will be doing another video on a new hair growth oil I'm going to be making. And I'll see which one works better for me. So it'll give me time to use these, see any difference. If I like both of them, I'll have 2. Most likely these products will probably change come different seasons because my hair doesn't need to be oiled as much in the spring and summertime because it's damp, it's too hot, you know. So I will be, I could also use these to make butters if need be because these benefits can benefit the skin as well. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, shalom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So hit that bell.